Oh wow, that's a big question. Why? Who wrote that? Did a man write that? We just sit here, can I cry for 20 minutes and then give you an answer? I might give you a whopper. Hi, I'm Nadia and I'm here at Penguin to answer some big questions. What am I doing?
No, that's just a few seconds.
Oh, you're gonna hate me. Savoury, for sure. I think I bake so much that I don't eat that much. I taste cake, but I never eat a full slice of cake. But for me, I think it's savoury. I say that, but then, see, I can't answer that. Cannot get more open than that, because I'm the person that will eat something savoury and then say, oh, I really need something sweet. Then I'll say, oh, I need something savoury. And then I'll say I need something sweet till 10 o'clock at night. And then I'll go to bed, because otherwise it will just go on forever. I didn't grow up eating lots of cake. And so I don't naturally go for sweet things. But I really for me, I like sweet things, so I like sweets. Love cake, but I like tasting cake. I don't love eating loads of cake. I love a biscuit, but give me a samosa. Give me a really good fried samosa and I'm happy. But then I go straight back to the sweet. I'm undecided. But if I was going to choose out of the two, I would probably say savoury. Maybe I'm still on the fence a little bit. Oh, that's a tough one. See, I'm always taking, for myself personally, I'm always kind of finding, depending on travel or people that I've met, I'm always trying new recipes. And often I do change them round to kind of, whether it's a spice or a seasoning or a flavour combination or a profile, I might change it around and use it in a different way. Part of cooking and creating is experimental. And I suppose because as somebody who is British Bangladeshi, I've always kind of straddled this grey area where there's a distinct lack of respect for both cultures, where I don't really stick to Bangladeshi recipes and I don't really stick to British recipes. Somewhere in this grey area, there are those of us who live in a world of fusion, where we kind of take the layers that make us who we are and we kind of put them together. But that being said, I'm all for twisting up recipes and changing them and adapting them. But I'm all for respecting recipes and where they've come from, and that's respect where it's due. I have an amazing Ghanaian friend, and she does the most amazing Ghanaian recipes. And the only person that's ever going to teach me authentic recipes is her. Because they have history that I will never have. And so for me, it's about absolutely recipes are there for changing and doing with what you want. But absolutely, if you're going to learn a new culture, a new way of cooking, learn it from the best. Learn it from somebody who really knows. The price you pay for fame is, I think you do pay with yourself. You pay by giving away more of yourself than you ever intended, I suppose. I chose to be where I am, but I never understood the sacrifices that I'd have to make to be here. With it comes trolling, with it comes negativity, with it comes interference in places that you don't need it. There's so many things that come with it. But if I spent my entire kind of existence thinking about the things that are bad about being famous, I would never really think about what good comes of it. I have this amazing career. I still have a wonderful balance where I get to work and spend time with my children. And so, for me, the biggest thing that's come out of having fame and being in the public eye is my career, and accidentally finding something that I love doing. But yes, there's a negative side, and it costs you. It costs you give away a little bit of yourself. And through time, you learn how to manage that. And through time, I've been really lucky because I come from a solid home. I have a wonderful husband, beautiful children, and a wonderful support network. So every time I haven't got an opportunity to fall because there's always someone to catch me. So it's, you pay with yourself, but you do claw it back. You know what? Given the stuff that I've experienced over the last 6 or 7 years, it's really easy just to see the bad side of social media. But there's this kind of joyous, colourful side of social media that we're so lucky to have. You get to connect with people from all over the world, and you get to help different causes. It is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful way to connect with people, with charities, to help people, to give advice, to spread yourself so you can kind of like show who you are and really, like, it's a wonderful thing. I'm going to just step away from the negative side of social media for a second, because there is that kind of dark cesspit of angry, just obnoxious, trolly people. But there is also the other side, and they're wonderful and they're joyful and they want to connect with you. And so, you know, we shouldn't breathe life into that negative part, because it exists and we know it does. But for me, it's about kind of celebrating the positive, and social media can be a force for good. Oh my goodness, absolutely. I'm a firm believer that food can bring people together. You know, it seems like such a big statement to make, but you think about every situation in life that all of us will experience at some point, whether that's birth, death, celebration, graduation, exams, you name it, all of that, there is always food involved. I mean, who has a party without food? Who celebrates anything without food? You know, in life, there's always food involved, and there's a reason for that, because it connects us, and it gives us something to talk about, and food evokes memories, whether it's the smell of something, the taste of something, the sound of something. I might cook the most basic dinner, but it could be the one thing that my kids will come home from school and say, Mum, you know what, that's just what we needed today. Or I might make a big pot of lentils and send that over to my neighbour, and they'll be like, you know what, thank you so much for thinking of us. With food comes sharing, and when you share, you show love. Yes, absolutely. When I got married, I was 20, just turned 20 when I got married. Didn't know my husband that well, and I hadn't realised that he absolutely loves cake, loves dessert. He's not so bothered about dinner, but you give him a bit of cake and he's a happy, happy man. And I learnt that really early on, and I was like, oh, he likes cake. And so I started to bake, and I got really good at baking, and I would bake him cake every single day, and he would run 8 miles every day to eat cake. And we have this beautiful balance in our house where he runs, I bake, he eats, he runs again. Because I think part of the reason why my husband loves me is because I'm good in the kitchen. It has to be. I'm sure it is. Like, if I didn't cook, he'd be on beans on toast. If that. He can't even boil an egg. He can't even boil an egg. So I reckon that's part of the reason why he loves me. Apart from all the other reasons, that might be one tiny reason. Oh, wow, that's a big question. Yes. As a Muslim, I believe in God, and like I always think about it. And I've got young kids, so I've got teenagers, and my 11-year-old daughter, she had a conversation with me yesterday. Last night we were in bed, always the big conversations at bedtime, and she said, "Mummy, but what if we're wrong? Like, what if God doesn't exist?" And that's a really interesting question, because how do you answer that, and how do you prove that God exists? Like, for me, growing up, I kind of asked those questions myself, and I don't know if I even had a real answer, if we both just fell asleep with that question on our minds. But for me, throughout life, there's always been somebody who's of a higher power than you, whether that's your dad when you're a teenager, whether that's your husband running the household, whether that's your granddad telling your dad what he needs to be doing. There's always a higher power somewhere, whether that's me with my own children. And what are we without rules? And to me, I just think that if I didn't have the focus of God, of having a religion, where would I be? And also, I'm a teacher's pet. So I like that I have a God, because it's like when I pray 5 times a day, it's like giving God an apple every day. It's like, hey God, here's an apple for you. Like, I want to go to heaven. Thank you very much. So yeah, I think God exists. Thanks for watching, guys. And you can get my book, Nadiya's Fast Flavours, if you click in the link in the description box below. Don't forget to click here and subscribe to Penguin for more videos like this.